Hi, welcome or welcome back to my decorating series. We're going to go inside, go back to the 18th floor, and continue with a ballroom. So, we already know that this is going to be a floor of amenities, and we already have a ceremony site in one of the previous kind of hotel room floors. So, it seemed really obvious to me to make a ballroom space. I already have a dance studio in the, well, is it a dance studio? Did we call it that? Anyway, that's irrelevant. But I wanted this space to feel more traditional, more formal. And I, of course, wanted to be inspired by the Beauty and the Beast ballroom, but not exactly. The chandelier, I think, is the most obvious thing. Probably the door is also the most obvious thing. But I wanted to use these really big windows, and I wanted to use one of the really fancy walls and really fancy floors. I figured if I didn't use this stuff in any other space, this space would be perfect for it. So I knew this room wasn't going to be very complicated or take a long time to design, but I was kind of surprised that it didn't feel as big as I thought it would. I thought that I would have to add a bunch of stuff to this space to kind of make it feel a little less empty. I mean, it's a ballroom, so the idea is that there's space in here in order for people to dance around, but because it's a 12 by 12, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to put like pillars and some other things in here. And once I get down on the floor, I'm actually kind of shocked at how small the space feels, but I was okay with it because it's not meant to be like a grand ballroom in an actual hotel or an actual event space. It's kind of a boutique thing. So, you know, this would be for a small kind of intimate ceremony or wedding or something like that, because there's only so many rooms in these last 5 floors, and a lot of them are taken up by amenities. So I was really surprised that it kind of, you know, shocked me how small it actually felt. But in the end, it works out okay. Oh, and just a second ago when I was putting those candelabras down, there are some candelabras called ballroom candelabras. They're outdoor only. Can't actually put them in my ballroom, which I thought was kind of funny. But I did want to make sure there was some space for musicians. And as another nod to Beauty and the Beast, I went ahead and put the teapot, the Mrs. Potts tea cart in here. It just seems so appropriate. Like, I can imagine them singing Tale as Old as Time in here. I don't know. There's something about my childhood, my nostalgia, that I just felt like it had to go in here. But I did end up using a ton of curtains. I liked the idea of being able to close off the space from all of the windows. It did make the walls feel more interesting doing that. And I did want to add, I tried to add more than one seating area, but it again just didn't feel like I could put too much stuff along the walls in here because it just felt so full. I don't know if it's just how busy the floor is. I don't know if it's just because you imagine how many people might be dancing in here. But I did go ahead and add one little sofa by the tea cart because I thought, well, it feels like it works and doesn't take up too much space. Oh yeah, still looking for potential seating and just can't ever find anything that feels like it would fit the space and be small enough. All right, well, let's go inside and check it out. So I wasn't surprised that this room didn't take me very long. Kind of like the dance studio in the first half of the build, it really didn't require a lot to accomplish the goal of being the kind of room it is. Oh, full disclosure, I completely spaced putting the wallpaper on all the walls and adding a ceiling, so in between the recording of the process and this video, I went ahead and added those in. And yeah, I'm actually really pleased with how this turned out. I'm glad I went ahead and used a ton of curtains. I'm really, into that kind of thing. But it helps break up the busyness of the space. Again, you have to imagine that the space would be filled with people to some extent, and so the busyness of the floor would kind of get obscured by people in big fancy dresses or just dancing around. So although this floor is a lot and these walls are a lot, I think they really work for this space, and I'm so glad I had a chance to use them because they're gorgeous. They just don't fit too many other spaces. And I love the addition of the little tea cart over there. I'm glad I got the piano and the harp in here. And yeah, although it was very simple, I'm really glad that I got to add this in. It fits the rest of the hotel room spaces, definitely gives you another reason to book your stay here. And we only have one more room on this floor. That's it for today's decorating adventure. If you liked this video, a thumbs up is a great way to let me know, and a subscription will keep you up to date on my latest shenanigans. If you want to hang out with me live, I stream on YouTube and Twitch on Thursday evenings and middays on Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day, night, time, wherever you are, whenever you are. And I'll see you next time.